What if I told you a woman lost the love of her life, not because she failed to climb, but because she had to let go? And now, something in the wild is hunting her, not for revenge, but for survival. Welcome to Plot Drop, where nothing is ever what it seems. The movie Apex begins high above the ground on the deadly Troll Wall in Norway, where Sasha and her husband Tommy, two elite climbers, are sleeping on a portal ledge, hanging in the middle of a cliff. Morning comes, the alarm beeps, and they begin to climb. But Sasha struggles to reach the final hold. She slips. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Tommy sees it and calmly tells her, "Let's call it a day. We'll finish tomorrow." They settle back into the portal edge, but soon decide to climb down. And that decision changes everything. On the way down, the mountain fights back. The wind turns brutal, the rocks become unstable, and stones begin to fall. Then, one hits Tommy. He goes unconscious, and suddenly, he's not climbing anymore. He's falling. Now, Sasha is left hanging with his full weight dragging her down. She screams his name, cries, begs, and tries to hold on, but she can't. In one of the most painful moments, she lets go. Tommy disappears into the void. And that's where the real story begins. 5 months later, Sasha is no longer the same person. She carries guilt, trauma, and silence. And instead of healing, she chooses something dangerous, another adventure. This time, she heads deep into Wandara National Park in Australia. A ranger warns her, people have gone missing here, and they never come back. Behind him are photos of the missing, but Sasha ignores it. Maybe she's not trying to survive anymore. Maybe she just wants to feel something again. On the way, she encounters a group of hunters. They are creepy, aggressive, and constantly watching her. Then, another man appears, quiet, calm, and helpful. His name is Ben. He steps in, diffuses the tension, and even helps her with directions. He seems friendly, almost trustworthy. But that's the illusion.
She tries get some rest, but those creepy hunters coming to the spot and put the barbecue in the same place, they are annoying. But she sleeps in the van and closed her doors and locked. The next day, Sasha begins her journey. She moves through wild rivers on her kayak, and at some point she sees a graveyard and memories of people, pictures, wrecked boat. She got confused, and she sets up camp and sits alone in complete silence until morning comes, and everything is gone. Her gear, her supplies, her safety. And then she finds Ben again, smiling, calm, waiting. He offers her food, talks like he knows her, like he has been watching her, because he has. And then he reveals the truth. He stole her gear. He pulls out a crossbow, presses play on a song, and tells her, "You have until this song ends. Run." This is no longer survival. This is a hunt. What follows is pure chaos. Sasha runs, fights, escapes, but Ben is always there, setting traps, using fake voices to lure her, shooting arrows and playing with her mind. At one point, she hears people and runs toward hope, but it is just a recording, a trap. He fires arrow after arrow at her, but Sasha runs faster, dodging most of them, until one finally cuts into her leg. She keeps moving anyway. Ben starts making animal sounds, echoing through the forest, confusing her, tracking her, playing with her fear. He lines up another shot, but she slips and falls into the river, getting dragged by the current. The water throws her into a rocky area near a cave. She pulls herself out, injured, soaked, but alive. That's when she spots inside her bag and pepper spray. Now, she's not just running anymore. She's thinking. She climbs higher, using the rocks, scanning the area with binoculars. And suddenly, she sees it. Her raft. And then she hears it. Those same animal sounds. It's not an animal. It's Ben. And the terrifying part is, he's already looking at her. She hides as he moves like a predator, low to the ground, making those sounds again. Then suddenly, he disappears. Sasha moves fast, heading back toward the water, trying to escape. She spots the raft again and sees Ben swinging on a rope, laughing, moving through the water like he owns the place, completely unhinged. She dives underwater, trying to untie the raft silently, but triggers a hidden trap. Ben hears it immediately. He rushes back, and they collide. She gets caught in a leg trap, struggling to break free. But just in time, she sprays him in the eyes and escapes. For a moment. Because Ben catches her again. He ties her up, forces her against the rocks, and leaves her there, hanging helpless, as night falls and rain pours down. From inside her own tent, he calmly talks to her about tribes that sharpen their teeth. The next morning, they are on the same raft. Sasha in front, Ben behind, controlling everything. She tries to fight back secretly, but fails, and he throws her into the water, dragging her behind the raft like prey. Eventually, he takes her into a cave, and what she sees inside changes everything. Bodies hanging everywhere, the missing people, all of them. The smell, the silence, the truth. Ben admits it all. He killed them. He consumes them, believing they live inside him. A ritual, a belief, a monster. Sasha realizes she is next, but she doesn't break. She plays along, distracts him, gets close, and in one moment of opportunity, she attacks. They fall into the rushing water together, crashing down a waterfall. Ben is knocked unconscious, but Sasha survives. She drags him onto land, grabs a rock, and tries to end it, but hesitates. That mistake almost costs her everything. Ben wakes up and fights back, nearly killing her. But this time, Sasha doesn't hold back. She strikes again and breaks his leg. Now he can't run. Now the game changes. But they are still tied together. So Sasha makes a deal. Help each other climb out or die here together. Ben agrees, but keeps control, tying himself to her harness, promising to release her at the top. The climb begins. Every step is pain, every move is risk, and Sasha carries both their weight. Halfway up, she tries to free herself, but Ben notices and nearly pulls her down. One mistake and they both die. But Sasha adapts. At the perfect moment, she tricks him, secures him to a weak hold, and releases herself. Ben reaches for her but misses and falls. This time, she doesn't look back. Sasha climbs the rest alone, reaching the top with nothing left but her will. She walks through the darkness until she finally finds a road,
And a passing family rescues her. Later, she returns to the ranger station and reveals everything. The cave, the bodies, the truth. The missing are finally found. And Sasha finally lets go, not with guilt, but with strength. If you made it this far, you already know nothing is random here. Like, subscribe, and dive deeper with Plot Drop. Thank you for watching. This is Plot Drop, and I will see you in the next video.